Fly me to the moon, let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. Let rain fall, let rain
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Today at the Races. Dave Rodman along with Keith Fustel of Echo Basin, our morning line maker, to bring you through this program, a second of a four-day weekend here at Laurel Park on this Saturday. Double stakes action on tap with the What a Summer and the Fire Plug Stakes. And, well, yesterday we've heard about fake news. How about the fake weather forecast?
That's exactly right.
I don't know. They really hedged towards a little bit of a ice situation this morning, but the weather's been pretty good, at least south of Baltimore. North of Baltimore, maybe a different situation. So we're between Baltimore, Washington here in Laurel. So we got a bit of rain this morning, just maybe a smidgen of some ice pellets. But it does look pretty good for the rest of the day. The track is currently rated good.
Rated good. They had it sealed as I was walking in, so I think we'll maybe stay like that to the first race. Just see. There you go. Look on your monitors. They're sealed as of now. Track rated good. I guess just see how much moisture comes. I mean, if the heavy rain, if it kind of picks up, we'll probably keep it sealed. Just monitor the situation. But we saw again yesterday, Dave, as this track gets a little bit moisture and it sometimes plays more good to muddy. Outside was pretty good for the most part yesterday, so those take note of that when doing your handicapping and just accordingly if things change during the first few races.
Yeah, most of the forecasts considering about maybe 9/10 of an inch of rain throughout the afternoon. So it's going to be a light kind of a day rain-wise, but at least no sleet or snow or ice, at least at this point. Right now it's about 34 degrees high today, 36 degrees. And Keith has a good pick 5 ticket for you, our late pick 5, which offers a carryover potential. And our early pick 5 is a mandatory payout. We have 2 pick 5s, 12% takeout on both pick 5s, so it's a great play.
Absolutely.
For that 12% takeout on a 50-cent wager, you've come up with a reasonable ticket there. And you're going to take a couple shots today. I like your picks on today's program.
No doubt. $36 ticket later in the card. We'll have that ticket up. But certainly the One of Summer Stakes, lovable lady disco chick. Sweet on Smoky Southern Girl. It's a shorter field, but a very competitive field. Can Lovable Lady run that big race back in the What a Summer? And I'm going to take some shots. I'm against the favorites in the Fire Plug.
And speaking of favorites, Keith, on Today at the Races, sponsored by Fidelity First, we've got a 2-5 on your morning line on Royal Saint to open the program, and this horse is going to get a lot of play on all pools with this big class plunge here for trainer and owner David Jacobson. Heavy on Toledo has the mount on the odds on Royal Saint.
Well, we've seen Jacobson do this time and time again, coming to Maryland off the claim of drop. He's had some pretty good success. This horse has seriously lost a step or two of late. I don't think he's got that early speed that he had back in the spring and summer. He's going to have to chase a long shot. I think the 5 Buckingham Lane is the speed of the speed in this race. Royal Saint will probably go up, and force the issue. Maybe the class drop, he's good enough to go ahead and go by. But at a short price, there could be a bridge jumper alert in this race. So I'm against him. I like the 1 Parsegian. I know he's down inside, but I think the speed runs away from the 1 Parsegian. And you look back, his 2-back race for an open nickel against the Pulse, that 60 buyer I think is going to be close to being good enough to win it, unless Royal Saint just comes in here and airmails. But Parsegian can take back off the pace, maybe circle and get up. 2 of his last 4 are good enough. If you go back and watch his last race, if you can go head downstairs, use the replay monitors, had a brutal trip, was wrangled back at the break, Dave. Made a little run inside against the grain of the racetrack, then was kind of stymied from there. That race not nearly as bad as that 34 buyer suggests. This horse can turn back in distance and get up in time. at a big price.
At a big price indeed. He's 15-1 on your line. I like the way you're thinking to blow up the early pick 5 and throw a lot of tickets out the window, and hopefully you get the other 4 home if you're playing that early pick 5 today. We spoke of the class dropping Royal Saint, and number 3, Tito Time. Well, he just ran into kind of a Kieran McGee blow the doors off teddy bear last time out, named Bully Song. A horse I believe was about second off the claim, but came right back to form and was a convincing going away winner. Looked really good in victory there. So if you draw a line through that race, he was down inside against ground control there. December was at the 11th, where the rain, or excuse me, the inside portion of the track, maybe not the best place to be. Did break a step slow that day. He's had more speed in the past. He could be a little dangerous here at a price.
Yeah, no doubt. I think he'll be stalking. I don't think he's quite as quick as Buckingham Lane early. Maybe shifts to the outside of him. I liked him last time out, Dave. I thought he would make a little bit better run, would sustain it. He was just kind of even at this 5.5 distance. May have to be used a little bit earlier to keep close. It looks like a bunch of horses want to just flatten out in this race. That's why I'm hoping Parsiege, and he looks like maybe the best sustainer of the field.
The Claudio Gonzalez show is on in full force. Number 7, I'll run the show. The barn's been hot as of late. Could this horse go back-to-back after winning that claiming condition race? Is the question here from that outside the gate.
Yeah, he has a win over the surface. He's okay at the distance. Numbers just haven't stacked up of late, but the barn is getting red hot. He's probably going to be on the better part of the racetrack. He shows he can sit just off the pace, and obviously that win last time out for the 4,000 does not go against this condition today.
Right, and that was at Penn National too. Perhaps a little bit lighter company there in that condition race. So Keith taking a shot against the 2-5 morning line Royal Saint. Bridge jumper alert possibility there in the opener. Second race, put heavy on Toledo on the 1, Redeeming Love, and a very important equipment change. We're announcing now in the second race, a number 5, Nova Nation. Blinkers on, prompting you to go back this morning, as everyone should, look at the replay of Nova Nation's debut run at Penn National. The running line looks flat, 2 wide between, no factor, but that doesn't really tell you the story.
Let's hope it pays, that we went back and watched this race. It takes that nice little drop, maiden special weight, to the maiden 40 for trainer Bernie Houghton. We had Crab Cakes, just of Crab Cakes fame, really doing well. They've got high hopes for her. But Nova Nation last time out in the debut did show some decent gate speed, and then was shuffled back, leaving the far turn. And I thought that horse got all discombobulated, but was able to regroup by the time they hit the head of the stretch, was running in tandem with the eventual third-place finisher. I think this horse is okay with the blinkers on. I'm looking at this race, not a lot of quality speed. This horse, I think, pops the latches and goes. And on a track usually doesn't favor maybe the speed horses. I think Nova Nation has a really good chance to go wire to wire in here with a good break.
And you get Trevor McCarthy aboard, too, for the Laurel debut of Nova Nation.
Good angle
again,
here, though.
Blinkers on.
From Bernie, Dave, I'm sorry. Maiden special weight, the maiden claim, and he hits it about a 25-26% rate.
Okay. And number 2 is a springtime win, the Trombetta Barn. She's had her chances, for 5 of them, different surfaces, different distances. Could today be the day for her?
Well, I like the little positive jump up in class after some trouble. Definitely was against the real grain of the racetrack. December 4th was down inside, had the railing in a big field. Tried to make a run, maybe had a winning run, leaving the 8th pole, kind of got sandwiched a little bit in tight. Negative socialized, second place finisher, came back to run horrible yesterday. But the bump back up in class helps. And you look at the company lines, 3 races back behind Lucky and Malibu, good move into that race. Only lost to her by a couple lengths. She came back to run second in the Maryland Juvenile.
Socialize yesterday ran poorly, but the race before that did as well. I think it was an off track. So 2 poor performances for a horse in the running line there, but that does not necessarily indicate the springtime wins going backwards. As you can see, a confident race there. Jumpin' Nancy, good run and debut at maiden 40, same level. Not a lot of fire going the mile, but nobody was going to beat Forever Liesel, who turned back the lift up. That was a Dickinson horse, who ran up to Forever Liesel. Both those two really look like the class of the race, and indeed it was a little tougher company coming back to kinder company today with the claiming and shortening back up to 6 furlongs. Looking for her to fire at least the way she did in her first run.
Yeah, she should stay fairly close in here. A good effort in debut, kind of a little bit of a Z pattern, up, back, and up again. I think she's okay with this turnaround in distance. The trainer has done well route the sprints, no doubt about it, close to 30% but not a positive ROI, which you would have thought for the barn. But no, does not have a positive ROI. I like the 5 Nova Nation there, Dave. I think Bernie's pretty sharp when he brings these horses down. He spots them well. Nova Nation in a field really lacking speed. Unless one of these firsters shows something, I think she might be able to control it.
No love for Pulp Fiction, Honey Bunny there, number 7.
Honey Bunny, not bad. Towards the inside, a runaway winner behind Scarlett's Ransom. Another one bumps up slightly. Trainer second out stat kind of bothers me a little bit, but no, any repeat of the debut, she could be in the mix. And Baltimore Street, I think you have a little breeding note on her on the 6 horse.
This is Baltimore Bob Sire looking for first win. He was basically a turf horse, but the Damn Expected Pleasures, you might remember, ran for Robin Graham around here for Skedaddle, was 7 for 50 lifetime, and was stakes placed a couple of times early in the career. So her dam was okay, Expected Pleasure. So I don't know whether she's going to maybe move up on the turf later in the spring, or maybe she's got some dirt breeding there on the dam side, who at least was stakes placed and ran well over this track. So that's a positive sign for Baltimore Street.
Truly Hot for Trombetta, the firster out of that mare. Would not makes Truly Hot a half to Purely Hot. She was really strong on the synthetic surface and the turf. 12 for 31, made over $400,000. In for the tag, though, first time out, a little interesting.
Good pedigree notes all along there, but the most important thing in the second race is the equipment change on 5 Nova Nation with blinkers on. On to race 3 at 6 furlongs, field of 7 lined up. And Mike Giralles looking to strike here with Lanier, who appears in good form right now, off at sloppy track form behind Bethel Wildcat, legitimate 1:10-4, a raw running time for Allowance Company.
Yeah, no shame, came back in really good form and handled the turf off the layoff, went to the dirt, is proven on any really kind of surface. Lanier, I like this little move, has the condition, it takes advantage of going into this optional starter. So Lanier will be forwardly placed, 9 from the inside, will go ahead and go, I'm assuming, try to steal the race. But Lanier, quick enough to stay close to that 46 1/2. Last time it was caught very wide. There was a slew of horses out wide, and he was maybe the widest, if I'm not mistaken, in that race. He stalks, pounces, and he's going to have to look in the rearview mirror. I think the 6, Sir Orinoco, stablemate for owner Mark Lapidus, for trainer Mike Giralles. His horse has got a legitimate shot. Really was hampered last time by a poor start, bumped around, broke awkwardly. It caught wide. This horse has more speed. Expect him to be closer today.
Giralles looking for a 1-2 punch there, which is the way you have them, and certainly the patience is paid off by the connections of Lanier. When he was claimed for $30,000, long time away from the races, more than a year, but he's come back and paid dividends since, and looks like he's headed in the right direction in his 5-year-old season now.
What do you make of the 1? Toma Chachi.
Well, good effort, I thought, last time out. That was behind a Fleet Willie, who blew their doors off here at Laurel. He came back out of that race, actually, to blow the doors off with a 10 or 12 length win. Just forgot to stop. And that race in and of itself, where he beat Toma Chachi, I had as a pretty quick race there, that 1-turn mile, a minute 38 flat, given that day. So coming out of the Fleet Willie race, I think you've got to give him some respect. The question is, down inside there, will that speed kind of get away from him? He's kind of a one-run kick kind of horse, I think, sprinting.
Yeah, he really visually finished up strong. The last 1/8 of a mile in that race is indicative by that number, to an 83. The downside is my biggest concern, but if things do heat up on the front end, he certainly will be rolling that last 1/8.
All right, the card is heating up. Keith's Pick 5 ticket is on the way. The late Pick 5 today, races 5 through 9. First, we'll tackle the 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6 right after this break. Today at the Races, sponsored by Fidelity First.
January 28th at Gulfstream Park, an icon takes flight. The world's richest thoroughbred horse race. 12 of the sport's finest horses. One race. $12 million on the line. Watch, wager, witness. Go to PegasusWorldCup.com for more.
Welcome back to Today at the Races. Track is rated good now at Laurel Park. Our ice storm this morning did not materialize, so it's about 34 degrees right now. A chilly day indeed. A chance of some rain continuing throughout the afternoon. Cloudy skies, of course, and the track was sealed up a few moments ago. Call it good right now, so pay attention to that track condition. Maybe about 9/10 of an inch of rain still ahead, so certainly not fast condition, but could be much worse. We have 2 stakes on the program still to cover as part of a 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6, the What a Summer and the Fire Plug, one for the fillies and mares and one for the boys, both excellent races. And to start, a 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6, the 4th, Keith, scratch the 2, CB Bodemeister, much to our chagrin, and the 7, Lights On, because CB Bodemeister, the reason we say that, was perhaps going to get a little overplayed. Of all the days here at Laurel Park, January 8th is more of a speed favoring day, and he was going to get a lot of play off that big number, which perhaps was enhanced. But he's out of the equation now, so which way do you go in the 4th?
Cal Lynch leaves in Spinelli, and he is certainly the one to beat. I'm going to take a shot with him. The only negative you see in this drop, but realistically, this is probably where he fits. $25,000, $50,000 purchase down in Ocala, but has really faced some tough horses the last 2. Winning Buyer 2 back for Ella Reba, 94-71. Last time out, the great Ronaldo with a little bit of an upset, if I'm not mistaken, over High Roller. I just think this horse has the right kind of tactical speed in this field, should not be too far back. This little drop picks his head up. Any repeat of his last 2, and he does win this race.
Okay, Louisiana bred, interestingly enough, there. Not in Louisiana, going against breeds down there. 2 back, Ella Reeb. I got the great Ronaldo, who dazzled him with footwork. It was way too fast for Spinelli last time out, but maybe going to be a little closer to the pace today in this company. Marty with a Party, number 3, named for my buddy down in Louisiana, a shut-in who does speed figures, and he keeps his work tabs on a clipboard, and he hasn't given us any winners lately, but we'll try. But maybe this horse can come through second time for Claudio Gonzalez, and good reason to believe that last race was better than looks on paper.
Oh, I agree. No doubt about it. Down inside, negative part of the racetrack, December the 23rd, and really took pressure and held on quite well, almost to mid-stretch before succumbing late. This turn back in distance is perfect for him. Will he have to go to the front? I don't know, but I think, Z Supreme looks like the only one that might be able to contest the lead with him. I think Tactics Owner just off the pace will work. Second time out, a nice improvement in the buyer figures. First off the claim for Claudio. I see another step up, a little bit more improvement for him today.
Yeah, added the blinkers and kind of in against the grain last time out. Those 2 were well clear. Tactical Hero had to respond with a third-place finisher, and he was there grudgingly till the last 16th of a mile or so in that race, maybe just beyond that. Number 4, Full Quest, I believe, was scratched the other day, right?
He scratched from 15,000 and is up, raises a little bump up today. Did not like the trip. Tough trip last time. He kind of took back. I liked him. I thought he was going to run big there, but he was hampered down inside again. By the time he got out, the field was gone. He had no way to catch up. He fits in at this point. I don't think he's as good as Spinelli, if Spinelli is right, but he's a user, no doubt about it.
Yeah, El Manute was a class dropper there for Corrales, maiden special at 25, though he'd run for 16, but added the blinkers and responded. Flankenstein, 3 claims for him that day. He ran here back the other day. So El Manute maybe an outside chance.
No doubt, Barn. We've seen they can get repeat winners. This is the right level for him. He draws outside if the outside's playing good. He's still going to have to move up a little bit off of that, but maybe the track helps him.
Yep. Okay, let's go to the 5th race. 50-cent pick 5. Keith has a pick 5 ticket today, a reasonable ticket under $40, I believe it is. In the first leg of this 50-cent pick 5 with a 12% takeout, scratch 1. Yo soy El Lobo, and here is the ticket. Races 5 through 9. There it is, $36 with a single in the final race on the program today.
We don't put the bite on poor Damon in the last. We're going to single the 8 Locky off of that. I'm hoping the moisture stays in the track the way he handled it last time. Anything close, and I think he gets it done. But 3 deep to start it. In the 6, I'm going to center around I think the 2 horses are going to merge the favorites, the 1 Disco Chick and the 5 Lovable Lady. Race 7, a good 2 other than going 6 furlongs. A couple scratches in there. Scratched the 3 Jarvis Steele and the 6 Annie Court and Stormer scratched in race 7, but still leaves a strong field of 10. I like Saratoga Heater and a new face here, Conquest Sia. First time for Cal Lynch, going to try the dirt for the first time. I think this horse is poised to take to the dirt surface, Dave. Race 8 will go 3 deep, trying to beat the favorite Chief Lion. I think Imperial Hint has hinted at some real good talent, is a definite user in there. We'll go 7, 10, 11, and round it off with a single, the 8 Lockheed in race number 9.
Okay, let's go to the 5th end for some raw handicapping in the first leg of the pick 5 today. And you went with the 1A part of the entry, triple net that remains for you, McMahon Stable.
I think Crimson Secret down inside guarantees a quick and honest pace. Again, kind of visualizing the flow of this event. I think Triple Net, a positive jump up in class, I think was scratched recently out of a softer race. Tries tougher here, goes for the 16 down to 14 tag. Last time out, a good effort off of a long, long layoff. I like the little freshening that this horse has got. The winner, 2 Dare, came back to run very well in a nickel starter against a much tougher field. I think Crimson Secret goes. I'm Charming will make a move into it. I don't think Grand Notion's going to be too far off of it. You had a little tip, a good visual off of this horse's trip last time against the bias on December the 30th. Went back and watched that video. This horse was trying. He was kind of running in tandem with Pistol Posse around the turn. Pistol Posse got the better of the trips, got through horses. This horse was stuck inside. Once he got out late, he had some late kick. His draw to the outside will help his chances today. That's a 7 Grand Notion, and we'll get away at a square price.
And well, he doesn't have to have the lead. He can come from off the pace, though he's been forwardly placed before, and he did respond first off the claim for trainer Christine Claggett. Worst part of the trip, Mac the Knife and Pistol Posse knocking heads against several of the runners, knocking heads one more time, but he did have that worst trip scenario there. I put a good number there, September the 11th, first off the claim in the Claggett barn, and now he's got a better flow today from post position, second last from the outside, post 8-7 now.
Two of his, both his wins at the 6 furlong, just, keys up Nicorodilic Rocks. We know how he's kind of going on and run pretty steady. So yeah, he's your price shot in race number 5.
Yeah, which Mac the Knife is going to show up today is the question. You know how often on he is, but that was a brutal beat last time out. Looked like he had it won, and here comes never mind.
Don't even bring back that race.
Bad memories. Okay, let's go to the 6th on the card first to 2 stakes. This were fillies and mares. What a summer. Scratch 6 and 7. It's only a field of 5 with no high 5. Now remember, late pick 4 bonus here if you play on track with your premier player card at Laurel Park. We have that late pick 4 big bonus, so 2,000 premier player points. Sign up for the card if you don't have one yet. All right, in the What a Summer Stakes, Speed Pure from the inside, a Disco Chick. And the Hot Mary Epler Barn continues on a roll. Another win yesterday from the Epler Barn. And Lovable Lady coming off the Willa on the Move victory beats Athena. She came back yesterday to win at Oaklawn Park in a salty allowance field as well. The race kind of maybe gone between those two. Which way?
Yeah, let's show the video of Disco Chick first.
Okay.
I mean, it's tough to separate these horses. We've got a video going on Wayback Machine March 26th in the Primanetta Stakes. We'll pick this up. Disco Chick to the Rail was the one that day, Dave, and broke sharply. One thing you have to do when you're down inside of these shorter races, hopefully you get a good break if you're a speed horse. She does. She can come out of the gate pretty well, and she took heavy pressure, dueling to the outside of a long shot. I believe Dallas Cowgirl was like 50-1. Shakes clear and upper stretch, but here you see to her outside, Lady Sibilia, who was in tip-top form at that time, closes relentlessly. A nice steady run from Lady Sibilia, but look at Disco Chick. She is just trying her heart out down on the rail with Trevor McCarthy, reunited with Trevor today, and she's kind of moving back into that top form. Her races, I know she hasn't won at Laurel. She's 3 for 3 in the money with some really respectable higher buyers than Lovable Lady. Disco Chick, Paula Silver Lining last time out, 2 back, Stonetastic. She's a go from the rail. Lovable Lady's going to have her running shoes on today. Will she bounce a little bit off of that big effort? We're going to show that next. Let's look at Lovable Lady on December the 10th, Dave, in the Willa on the Move. There's Hot City Girl at 2-5 on the lead, but Lovable Lady, she ran really poorly in her race prior. No real reason. I guess the turn back in distance was the wake up. She likes this distance. She had the measure of Hot City Girl at any point leaving the far turn.
Not often when you call a race do you know a horse is going to win at the 3/16th pole, but look at the others behind her, up and down, and Lovable Lady not really asked there with 1 low tap or 2 or 3 now at the pole and drawing away. Can she repeat that effort? Well, it's the Mary Epler Barn. We saw that one yesterday. Absolutely. And Athena, who mentioned, came back to win at Oaklawn. Going back to Disco Chick, 3 times at Laurel, but she's faced Lady Sibilia 3 times here. The Primanetta, the Willa on the the Move, and once a long time ago in another edition of the Willa on the Move. So Paula's silver lining.
I mean, some of the races that she's run second 11 times, just in some big races to some really nice horses.
But now she's got an informed, lovable lady to contend with today. It looks like a tactical situation there with Disco Chick with speed if lovable lady breaks. And, you know, she has sometimes had a little habit of breaking a bit slow from the gate, but not last time.
Not of recent, no. She's
She's
definitely kind of gotten away from those antics
The
as
step
she's gotten a little bit older, maybe a little bit more mature, lovable lady. And it looked like she had something left last time. It didn't look like that race should have taken much out of her, but boy, that was lights out, by far her best effort ever.
Right, 5, 1, 3, 4 in the 6th of What a Summer Stakes, and that's the second leg of Keith's late pick 5 ticket. 7th race, scratch the 3, Jarvis Steel. The 6, Any Court in a Storm. A very interesting race with lots of angles, Keith, and there's a good one here. First time for Cal Lynch and Conquest Sia. Well, we're going to show some video of your top pick, Saratoga Heater from the far outside, the dangerous Jacobson barn to start a 7th race analysis.
Yeah, Saratoga Heater overcame trouble 2 back. Let's look at this race. Sandwiched at the break. I believe it was number 4 in the white and red
spotlighted a moment ago.
Yeah, spotlight. The inside horse comes out and just completely hit from both sides. Had to steady Saratoga Heater. This was December 26th.
And there's a circle on Saratoga Heater. White silks, red cap, Jacobson.
And does show, you know, a recovery speed, and it was able to get up into position. I think Blue Moon Ace was also in this race, Dave, who we're going to see later
Monday.
on in the weekend. Yeah, Monday. You see this move up in between horses as the leaders are dueling in the red cap with the white silks. Number 4 has to steady again. And you're not going to overcome that, Dave. Blue Moon Ace was overcome a little bit, maybe a tougher trip that day, but not Saratoga Heater, and he really didn't embarrass himself. He made a little run into the stretch after that early adversity. I love the draw to the outside today. Speed to the inside, Negrito, there's not a lot. He's got more speed than what he's shown his last 2. I think he gets into position mid-turn and can get the lead on the closers and hold on late. Saratoga Heater, hoping he can kind of escape it, maybe 4-9-2, something like that.
At Conquest dispersal sale, Matt Shera picks up a Conquest C a first time, and first time on conventional dirt for the son of Adios Charlie here into the Cal Lynch barn. And, you know, you look at his form, synthetic, turf, but he's bred to like the dirt.
$600,000 purchase is yet to try the dirt. Maybe in the morning the horse isn't showing it, but Cal Lynch says, hey, we're going to give him a shot in this race. And, 2 for 2 at 6 furlongs on the dirt. I think he's going to be ready to run. I mean, we talked about it. You've got some good notes from a breeding standpoint.
Unlimited budget, you know, Fairgrounds Aqueduct, grade 2, grade 3 type. So you've got the pedigree there. Part of the reason they paid that kind of money for him. But the dirt work, December 23rd, 101 and 3. That same morning, a couple of other Lynch runners worked. 2 Charlies and Undulated, who's going to be on the shelf for a little while, but both very nice horses, stakes horses. So I don't know whether they work together or separately, but that work out comparable, and it was on the dirt. And again, this is his first time on the dirt. He's bred to like it. Unlimited budget's half. Conquest. See ya.
Adios Charlie, the stallion. $2,500 stud fee. Horse goes for $600,000. Wow. Valid appeal on the bottom. If the moisture stays in this racetrack, is only going to help the mother, Dave. 4 for 8 sprinting on the dirt.
Lots to go here. We've got a lot to
Cerebral,
cover.
Little shot as a price underneath. I do like that horse turning back, Dave. That is the 9.
Cerebral.
7.
Okay. Right. 8th race, Fireplug scratch the 1, 4, 6, and 9. We'll see Blue Moon Ace coming up a couple of days. Emmanuel Esquivel riding Chief Lion. Trevor McCarthy on that outside shipper, Imperial Hint. Still some chance of rain for today, and that's tilting you to 11 Imperial Hint. The old days of the mud mark in your daily racing form. I put one down. I put a big X in a circle. Was it? Which one was the best one?
What that one was.
You weren't even born.
Well, I was around. I was around with the mud marks. Come on. That's good. Imperial Hint, I think, is a horse, as we talked about. He's shown glimpses of real talent. Some scratches in this race shortens the field up, but boy, is there a ton of speed. Trouble Kid, Big Guy Ian, Chief Lion. Chief Lion had an easy trip last time and couldn't get it done. I've got to go against him. He had the pace all to his liking. I think Imperial Hint doesn't necessarily need to lead. A big blowout win last time out in a muddied surface by 6. Gets up gets Trevor today. He's faced some good horses earlier in his career. I think he kind of sits outside stalks. And,
Yeah, he can stalk.
He's an improving type against some horses that have maybe flatlined a little bit on their talent. Not saying that they're not good. They're nice horses. But I think he maybe has one more step up.
Big win on an off track, big number, and his damn Royal Hint by La Hint was 2 for 4 on the wet. That's where he gets it from. The dam side there, and the track rated good with a little bit more rain on the way today.
Yeah, I think Measured is another one, a little bit hampered by the flow of the race on December the 31st in the Day's Friend, a race where Chief Lion had that easy lead. He's going to get more speed up front. He's got a solid late kick. Those 2 races back, the Penn National race in November and the October 23rd at Parks, good enough to put him right into the mix of this race. Things kind of fall apart the last 16th of a mile.
Chublicious, kind of liked him a little last time, I think, at the Day's Friend, and Chief Lion outran him. He didn't get beat that far, beaten a length and change. I thought a pretty good effort. He looked like he was going to kick, then there wasn't any kick.
Yeah, I mean, is he that Monmouth Parks kind of horse? I don't know. I mean, he didn't run well at Saratoga. Wasn't a bad race. I liked him last time, Dave. That race in November at Penn, he kind of broke a little slow. He was used early, had to chase, and he still found another late gear to close up willing. I think he was just up against it with the flow on December the 31st. But Imperial Hint with Trevor up, I think is going to have the leaders in their sight, be ready to go with a sharp move around the turn. Here comes Measured, though, at a good price.
Phil Schoenthal has 2, and here he's got Sunny Inspired. You've got there on the Chicklet as your 4th pick. As a long shot. And the other one is first time Schoenthal, Trouble Kid. He was very unlucky. He won the DeFrancis and got disqualified. So, he handled the racetrack. And looking at the quote from Phil Schoenthal, he's a pretty nice horse. He'll probably be one of the horses to beat. Heavy on Toledo, regular rider, Sunny Inspired, breezed both of them and elected to ride Trouble Kid instead. So Heavy on's high on the horse. First time here for Schoenthal, a horse who has shown an affinity for this track against tough company, but unfortunately was DQ'd. And he's got speed of Chief Lion on his outside. This is going to be a contentious pace here. Rapid fractions, even though we're not completely fast today, I think.
Trouble Kid on his best, though. He'll run you right into the ground. So, I mean, if Phil's got him right, then no doubt could be dangerous. But Sonny's fine. I think he's just better than what he's shown his last 2. He did win this race last year.
Interesting 9th race here because we had a horse who really freaked last time out for Damon Dilladovico at a price. Locky, a horse coming off a 400-day layoff, 441 days away. The 7-year-old Accelerator down at the inside of the Cal Lynch barn. New York shipper from the Rudy Rod barn who comes out of a strong race and ran a strong maiden 20 number there. So you went back to Damon.
I did.
As the single on the last leg at the late pick 5 today. Number 8, Locky, who was a 19-1 winner.
I usually don't root for poor weather, but I want some steady rain to keep this surface a little bit, and some moisture in it. And
to Locky's liking.
Yeah, to Locky's liking. He relished it, and he wasn't a real big horse. He didn't catch your eye, but boy, did he catch my eye the last 3/16 of a mile. He got out there on the best part of the track where he's going to be today. And a big, powerful move. He ran hard through the wire. He wasn't just, quick and then just kind of laboring late. He ran hard all the way through. I think Damon's a trainer, underrated, flies under the radar, should have more horses. He does a great job. This horse, Locky, no doubt, I think can stalk and pounce in this race. We'll have the target to his outside of the shipper. Rudy Rodriguez's horse, the 9 Collays. Gavin Street Sense, I'm going to use right back into the mix as well. He ran a winning race on December 24th. What did he do? Go back and win next out by 4 for maiden 40. So I like Locky, though. I'm hoping this horse, rooting for a barn like that, I hope he gets it done right back.
All righty. So 8, 5, 9, and 1. Key single there in the finale, the final leg of the pick 5, and his $36 ticket, and Locky with a ratio Carl Manos aboard. 38 minutes out to post time. Track rated good. Keep an eye on the weather today here at Laurel Park. Still a little chance of some showers this afternoon, but at least no ice and no snow. That's the good news. So, again, 2 more days of racing for this weekend. We'll be racing Monday, Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and we'll see a horse scratched there, Blue Moon Ace, coming back on Monday afternoon. A few of them coming back on Monday, electing to go Monday against different kinds of company. That's it for today at the races, sponsored by Fidelity First. Good luck.